Well, hello, my beautiful friend. Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. You are in for a treat today because today we are talking about building an unstoppable brand and what that means for you and your business, how to do it, and how I have created my own unstoppable brand and how it has impacted everything I do with my clients. So what does it even mean to build an unstoppable brand? Well, when you have an unstoppable brand, when you have a brand that is unlike anybody else, when you know what your purpose and your mission is in the market, when you have created something that is unlike anybody else, which is literally what building a brand is having your own unique positioning in the market, your own unique message, if you will. It has all of those components in it. And so I've talked about it before, but when I was in grad school, I did a research paper on the difference between, I got my master's in communication studies, and one of the long research studies that I did was looking at how Coke and Pepsi had differentiated themselves as brands through messaging and storytelling. Okay. So building a brand is something that I have been interested in for that. This was like 25 years ago, maybe even longer if I actually add it up. No, it was 20 something years ago. I don't need to make myself any older than I already am. And so when I launched my own business, this is something that in any of the business endeavors that I've done, I've always done really effectively. I've always known that if I am creating a business, I do not want to have a business model that is based on a commodity product or service. I want to have a business model where I create a brand that is unlike anything else. So a few years ago, I had an e-commerce business, okay? And when I launched that business, what was really hot at the time, this is like 2014, what was really hot at the time was folks were selling on Amazon through FBA. It's still very popular. But there were people who actually created their own e-commerce brands, and there were folks that actually just were what they would call resellers, if you will, private labelers in some instances where they didn't really create a unique brand. Now, they could make money profitably on just selling commodity stuff, right? It's like, how can you rank yourself and how your pricing has to be competitive and you have to get certain reviews. There's all these strategies for selling commodity-based physical products on Amazon. But the folks that are still in business today from back in 2014 are the folks who took the time, energy, the creative capital to actually build a true brand that was different than just having a commodity-based business, okay? So for many of you, you have unintentionally created a more commodity-based business for yourself rather than creating a true brand. And for all of you, I want you to have the benefits of building an unstoppable brand, because when you have an unstoppable brand, you are able to price yourself how you want to price yourself. You don't have to worry about the competition. And you are able to work with a certain type of premium customer base that is interested in working with brands specifically, right? So how has this impacted my business? Okay. So from the get-go, so I did that with my e-commerce business, and certainly with my current business, I have always known that I want to have an unstoppable brand that is different than all the other coaching and consultant and training type of businesses in our industry. And the confidence that I have in my brand, in my offers, in my positioning is such that it makes it so that I can charge what I want to charge. it makes it so that I don't waste a minute of any part of my day in a calendar year thinking about what my competitors are doing. I'm not thinking about them at all. I don't worry about them. I don't, if anybody says they're like looking at other consultants to work with, I say, that's great. I'm never adapting anything that I'm doing because of what other folks in the market are doing. And that's what I want for you. I want you to feel so confident that you've built an unstoppable brand, that you can charge what you want to charge, that you can work with the humans that you want to work with, that you can attract the type of team and talent that wants to go work for a real brand. Okay. You know, it's interesting. My daughter recently, my middle daughter, Sydney, recently graduated 8th grade. Okay. And so when we were talking about, she really, really wanted to get her hair done at this specific salon that is in the East Valley, in the town that we live in. We're in Phoenix. And so this salon is called Habit Salon. You can go check them out. And they have really created a brand, an unstoppable brand, I would say. It's a great example of it. And so they not only are, not in our local area, meaning they're in the Phoenix metropolitan area, but they're not close to us in the part of town that we are in. We're in a part of town where there are a ton of different, really amazing premium salons in our 2-mile radius, probably. But she was sold on going there because they have unique offers. They have proprietary ways of colors. They name their colors, their extensions, their way of doing everything. So they have lots of intellectual property baked into what they do, right? And then their content all connects back to, so they have a great magnetic marketing because their content is connected back to their unique offering as well too, okay? And so it just was an example of like, they can charge people, not only drive far and wide, but people fly from all over the country to go see them as well too. And it's what can happen and the benefits that can happen for you when you build an unstoppable brand. So I'm going to share with you what the ingredients are for an unstoppable brand, but I have an upcoming workshop, Build an Unstoppable Brand workshop, that is coming up this month, where we're going to dive deep into each of these pillars that are necessary for you to build an unstoppable brand as well too. If you're interested in learning more about the workshop, you can go to the show notes. You can also DM me over on Instagram, Unstoppable, and we will send you over more details on registering for that completely free workshop that I'm hosting. It's going to be an incredible workshop. And if you have been a longtime listener to the show, you are not going to want to miss out because you are going to love this training that I have planned for you. Okay, so what are the ingredients of an unstoppable brand? Okay, so ingredient number 1 is signature solutions, okay? If you've been a long-time listener of this podcast, you're not surprised. But in order to have an unstoppable brand, you have to have an offering that is not generic, that is not a commodity-based offering. Okay. And for most of you, it's putting together signature solutions that are completely unique to you. It's taking clinical protocols that you think are the best in class and actually creating branded, unique offers with them. So I decided many years ago, like I said, that I was always going to have unique offerings. And my offers, what I do with my clients, whether that's MSA, whether that's signature menus that sell or 5-figure consults or the authority method, those offers are unlike any other offer in our market. I'm able to charge what I want to charge for those offers, and I'm able to market those offers with the type of conviction that happens and the kind of like authority energy that I have because I know that those offers are unlike any other offer in our market, right? Are there other people in the industry that are working with aesthetic practices and med spas and wellness practices and helping them with their marketing and their sales and what have you? Of course there are, but none of them are like me. None of them have built the same brand that I've built. And so I don't spend a minute of time worrying about them. So key number one for building an unstoppable brand is ensuring that you have a unique offering, that you have signature solutions that are branded to you that are unlike anybody else in the market. Okay. So that's key number one. The second key is having belief-driven sales. So belief-driven sales, having a sales system that is well-defined, that you have clarity on, okay? Belief-driven sales are different than just a sales process for the sake of having a sales process. Belief-driven sales means that you are creating an ecosystem for you and your team members, where the heart of it is that we are selling from a position where we want to help our patients make decisions in their best interest. This is not like we're just going to sell because we want to make more money. This is, we want to increase the results that we can achieve, and then our revenue will increase in the process. And we want to actually build. So the reason why I started with having a unique offering is that when we create signature offers and signature solutions that are designed to solve high value problems and high value desired outcomes that a certain type of patient wants to achieve, then your belief about that is going to help invigorate the sales, the literal sales that you and your team members are doing, okay? So having belief-driven sales. I've always built my offers with the question in mind, how can I create the most value for my clients in the most efficient and quick way as possible? Not shortcutting, not get rich quick, but how can we actually create incredible results for our clients, right? Because if I build my unique offering around that, and then I build my sales system around that, it's going to help as well too. We're going to be diving into some other components during the masterclass of how to actually have belief-driven sales as well too. So you'll really want to make sure that you come to the Build an Unstoppable Brand workshop that I'll be hosting as well too. All right. So the next key is to have magnetic marketing. Okay. This is not the boring, generic marketing that plagues a lot of our industry as well too. This is the type of marketing that actually thread backs to your unique value, authority, and expertise, okay? It's built on your unique frameworks, your unique methods, and it's designed to actually magnetically attract a certain type of patient or client that you know you want to be known for and that you know you want to serve as well too. So these key components. So this is how I have literally built my unstoppable brand. It's why I have confidence in what I can charge. It's why I don't waste a minute of time worrying about my competitors. It's why I can boldly and confidently put out content and marketing that is resonant and relevant for the types of humans I like to work with as well too. And so when I really thought about, okay, what are the key things that are necessary to build an unstoppable brand? These are the three key things, right? We actually, at the foundation, we need to actually have branded to us offers that are different, not generic, not commodity. And then when we multiply those offers by belief-driven sales and magnetic marketing, you will build an unstoppable brand for yourself. That is what I want for you, okay? So that you can confidently charge what you want to charge. So people drive far and wide to come see you. And not only that, but you get to work with the dreamiest patients and clients who are all in on your recommendations because you built your entire brand with them in mind as well, too. So if you are interested in actually building an unstoppable brand for your business, you're going to want to come to my How to Build an Unstoppable Brand workshop, okay? To learn more, go to the show notes or go DM me on Instagram at Heather Terween, the word unstoppable, and we will DM you back more details about registering for that completely free masterclass. All right, my friend, that is what I have for you this week. I will see you next week.